I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by RushGuile. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey everybody, I am RushGuile, possibly the worst PNG tuber / VTuber / streamer, whatever, to possibly exist. I'm considered a kind of a variety streamer, unhinged stoner streamer. I kind of do a lot of things. I kind of throw myself in a lot of different areas, kind of see what happens, and I'm very popular with kind of the Sonic crowd because I've been playing a lot of Sonic games recently.
Yeah.
But I also kind of like I've dipped my hand in tactical shooters, RPGs sometimes, and like sometimes I just whip out the emulators and see what I feel like playing for a stream. But yeah, I'm also a content creator. I do upload on YouTube.
Yep.
Mostly just stream highlights. The other day I actually did a Sonic OST tier list with a couple friends, and that was really fun.
Cool.
It was a really hard list. It was a really hard list. Other than that, it's kind of, what you see is what you get. Just some guy who, likes to grab a weed cookie and see what happens when it comes to the streams.
When I heard you say you kind of throw yourself into things, I got the mental image of a crash dummy just throwing themselves into stuff.
I mean, yeah, like I'm literally a Ray plush on streams, so that is who I am. But I'm just a plush you could throw, and I'm kind of, like if you want to throw me in a volcano or something, feel free. I'm a doll. I'm a plush. I'll survive it.
That's right, and made out of materials that you can't possibly destroy.
Exactly.
Dog proof, volcano proof.
Yep.
Yep. So why did you get started with VTubing? Was it just kind of to express yourself, or?
Really, it's a mixture of things. Self-expression is definitely one thing. I feel like also, like, I've always been a weeb growing up. I've always been a fan of anime and things like that. Uh-huh. And then when VTubers came around, I was very much like intrigued by it. Mm-hmm. And I've done streaming before. I've done plenty of flesh streaming and face cam stuff before, and those usually went well. But I was like, hey, this whole like flesh cam streaming thing, like, it's not working very well. Like, I hate staring at a camera all the time. It's really annoying. So I decided to take on the persona of a Ray plush, because why not? It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
But I tested, actually, before I did the Ray plush, a bit of a lore drop. I actually tested out Life 2D with VTube Studio, and it was way too much of a hassle to set up, and considering how little room there is in my desk, unfortunately, I couldn't really make it work. And honestly, though, like, I'm not against Live 2D, but I like the DIY crappy, like, DIY feeling of PNG tubers, which is what led me down that route.
Yeah.
And so I just grabbed the Ray plush. I made a open closed mouth thing, and it's kind of all history from there.
It's you tried the fancy life, but you went right back to, it's like like the Elton John song. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, and plus, like, it's funnier to see a static plush yelling "fuck." Like, it's just funnier.
Yeah, you definitely got that down right.
Yeah.
Well, with that, when you guys started, how fast did you start getting a good number of people in your chat?
I'd say right around when the time I started doing, I feel like my big break was definitely during the Sonic 06 streams I was doing. Mm-hmm. Because I proposed this to two collaborators of mine, Hydra and Yoder Film Industries. Both are very good friends of mine. I proposed to them, like, hey, you want to watch me play Sonic 06, make it a collaboration stream? And they were totally down with it. And those were the biggest numbers I had ever seen in my life. probably because Hydra already had an established following.
Yeah.
And plus, I feel like Yoder Films commentary really added a unique perspective to the overall gameplay. And plus, we were just like we were talking about how shit the game is pretty much the entire time. We were just making fun of it, and I was suffering at the hands of this god awful game, and there'll be more of it this Sunday. Yeah, we're not even done with Sonic's campaign yet. Like, we're not even done. Yeah, we're not done.
Oh man.
And I gotta suffer through the rest of it. And yeah, no, like that was kind of my big break, and then the streams only got bigger from there because I did more Sonic 06. I did obviously Marvel Rivals just came out. I'm about to do a stream on that tonight.
Yeah.
As well as I played Sternova when it launched, so I got plenty of numbers there. But I was already playing the play tests, and I even played the Chinese client of the game way before it released.
Oh, geez.
In the US.
Yeah.
Like I was dedicated, and I loved that game, but I kind of lost interest because in the tactical shooter space, it's very hard to compete, especially against Valorant and Counter-Strike.
Oh,
Counter-Strike's the better game.
Right.
Counter-Strike's the way better game.
Oh
but,
no! Oh no! We're starting to get emails.
yeah. I mean, I don't give a fuck.
They're not coming to you.
Yeah, but it's really funny how those streams turned out. But yeah, I kind of I like playing new games when they come out. I love whipping out the emulator, playing some old titles, and I did Sonic X Shadow Generations when it just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
And I brought Hydra on that too, which was really successful. But yeah, but I would say my most success, like the area where I find the most success in was with the collaboration streams, and especially Sonic 06.
Yeah. Well, that seemed like a combination of not only a game that is funny to play, but you got the right collaborators for it too. And it kind of just
definitely.
And that's kind of a dream that folks have with collaborators, that you find somebody that you really bounce off of, and you have a good combination going. And it sounds like you really had a good one there.
I mean, yeah, we got two stoners and a guy who just loves to make random references. Like, what's there not to love?
It's the dream collaboration that folks
basically.
are looking for.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh,
you're all good.
Yeah, I was just saying the collaborations can go all sorts of different ways. Obviously, I mean but to have one that goes so well and benefits everybody is pretty rare, and that's
definitely.
Yeah, and it's good to have folks that you kind of know when you're doing it too.
Because and I give this advice to any VTubers, PNG tubers, whatever. And let me just preface this real quick. I hate the whole divide between VTubers versus PNG tubers. Like, honestly, we're all VTubers here.
Oh yeah,
we're all embodied under this one umbrella.
Yeah.
That's what we should be.
Yeah.
But where the fuck was I going with this? It was some.
But you're giving advice about collaboration.
Yeah. Okay, so the advice I would give anybody: collaborate with your friends, collaborate with people that you know very closely. Obviously, set some parameters. You don't want them, ratting you out or anything like that. But other than that, literally collaborate with your friends, because 9 times out of 10, those collaborations are generally the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and are good kind of stepping stone for you as well.
Yeah. If you can establish a friend on there is another thing. If
true.
And I mean, there's some folks. I talk to some folks who are winging it on their own, and it's a little tougher to do that if you don't know anybody involved. But
definitely.
You got to do your background work, otherwise you're really taking a risk.
Yeah, that's also true. So. Yeah, check Twitch, check the categories you yourself stream,
mm-hmm.
and then look for people in your same following range, raid them, interact with them, see if you can get a collab out of them. 9 times out of 10, those lower follower people, they will say yes.
Yeah. Try to get their social security number and their credit card number too.
Oh yeah, make bank, man.
Hey, you're on the internet already. You might as well take advantage of it.
Exactly.
Yes. that is strictly the opinion of the host and not not anybody else.
Yeah.
I'll take you out of that one. I'll take the
Yeah,
brunt
no
for that.
worries. No worries, no worries.
But the in general, it really sounds like that you've really embraced this and are enjoying yourself all the way through. Am I right on that?
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't like it. Unlike my job, but that's outside the realm of VTubing.
Yes.
But yeah, no. I'm very much a I don't follow who I don't support. I don't. I'm very much a stickler to what I like.
Yeah.
You could partially blame my neurodivergence for that, but yeah. Mostly it's just like I stick to what I know. I stick to what I like,
Mm-hmm.
and if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it.
Mm. So, was it easy for you to adapt to working with chat?
Yeah, definitely. It got easier as the it got way easier as the streams started to progress,
Mhm.
and I started getting more people on a consistent basis. Um, there were some cases though. I believe it was part 2 of the Sonic 06 stream. I remember vividly. I couldn't focus on the Mach speed section in Radical Train, because I was doing 3 things. I was looking at chat, playing the game, and I was high as fuck. And let me just preface it by saying Sonic 06 is a game you should never endure sober. Ever. Like it is such a piece of shit that you literally cannot get all the fun out of it is sucked dry when you're sober. And since I am a stoner myself, I will have to say this. Please do your research, follow your laws, please be of legal age, and please consume responsibly.
Yes. Again, I have to throw up so many disclaimers after this interview.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and I gotta be the guy who, I have to be the guy who, tells people like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing this stuff until you do your research.
Yeah, just don't swat yourself while you're doing it.
Exactly. Because there are some countries like Japan and all that stuff, some states that are illegal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do your research.
Oh yeah.
Know the risks, know the benefits, all that stuff.
Yeah, in some states it's very much illegal. And
definitely.
Don't throw yourself out there and tell people about it if you don't have to.
Yeah.
But,
No, I don't plan to. I'm not. I would prefer not to dox myself.
Well, I don't think I've told this in general on interviews before, but I've actually had 2 people use their real names accidentally and not know it. And
that happens.
I had to play it back for them because they didn't believe me.
Yeah, I mean, we all flub up when it comes to these things, so it happens.
It was pretty funny to hear their reactions to it.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really something. Now, how much work have you put into being RushGuile? Is it a lot of you? Is it some of you, or what?
It's been all of me. I've done everything from the avatar creation to picking the font. Given I have picked some free assets here and there, like my overlay and stuff. Like I kind of maintain this Y2K aesthetic. But I maintain this Y2K aesthetic, and I kind of the software calibrations, all that stuff. That's all me. I basically I'm a one-man band behind the scenes, and even when it comes to my background music in some videos, I even compose that stuff myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've been a music producer for almost 12 years now.
Oh.
Obviously, I won't disclose. If you want to look up my Spotify or whatever, I won't disclose that information because RushGuile is not the person who makes the music. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do all the work. I'm pretty much if I can't do it myself, then there's no point.
Yeah. Yeah, it. Now, being a producer, are you a dial spinner?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm very much a I grab a piece of software and I kind of just fuck around for a bit.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
It's changed. When I started in radio, it was like the mid '80s, and anybody who produced anything audio wise was a dial spinner.
Yeah.
You had to use these giant boards, which were a lot of
Oh yeah.
fun for a teenager to try to figure out back then. Um,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
oh,
Because like Yoder Film Industries, the guy who I collaborated with,
yeah,
he's very much into that.
yeah,
He mixes his streams using his own soundboard, which I'm
yeah.
kind of jealous of.
So, being a one-man band, um, how how draining is that for you to do it? Is it really tough for you to enjoy what you've done when once you realize you have some work to do afterwards?
It's definitely a bit draining. I mean, I have to compile this Sonic 06 playthrough into one comprehensive video to put on my main channel, and oh god, that's it's already an undertaking.
Yeah.
Um, it can be exhausting sometimes, but generally that's what breaks are for. Like, and I say this to everybody who's a content creator, not just VTubers in general. Don't push yourself. Really, like, work at your own pace. There's no such thing as an arbitrary deadline unless you're a corpo,
Hmm.
but like there's no deadlines here. Like when it comes to creativity and even just art in general, there's no deadline.
Yeah.
And if you rush something out the door, Sega, you're not gonna like it.
Yes.
You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna be proud of yourself. Make the videos you want. Do the streams you want. Like, never sell yourself out on the idea that you need to appeal to an audience because your audience will find you
Hmm.
eventually.
Yeah.
You just gotta work for it.
Yeah. And the audience is coming for you, not necessarily what you're. I mean, you and how you do these things, not necessarily for the game you're playing. I might
Yeah,
draw them at first, but the second time, like what you're doing with this with Sonic 06, you're kind of turning it into a series. That's one thing. But if you
yeah,
and they'll be coming back for that, but there'll be people who will tune in for things that aren't Sonic 06.
yeah,
They'll stay with you, and that's what you want. You want to have an audience, not
yeah,
just someone who bought one ticket. You want,
yeah, definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
And
Sell the subscription.
yeah, I think I've kept up that momentum ever since I started playing other games.
Yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, '06 will be like the big playthrough that it'll be the big playthrough of the channel for a while,
Mm,
but you never know. Maybe years down the road, I'll play something even arguably worse, and that'll be the big playthrough for the channel.
yeah. Well,
And
sometimes when you hit that gold vein, you have to keep mining it until
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah. And
exactly.
this is comedy
Yeah,
gold right now.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But never sell yourself out.
Yeah,
Never sell yourself out. Make the stuff you want.
yeah. If you're not enjoying it, it's and it
Yeah,
becomes and there's people who are doing it full time, and I appreciate that as a job. But you're also your own boss if you're doing this, and
exactly.
unless you're corporate, and that's an entirely different kettle of fish, and
Yeah,
something I don't know that much about. But if you're your own boss in this, you set your times, you set your stuff. If you have overworked yourself, that's on you,
exactly.
and that you're the only one who can fix that. It's
Yep, exactly.
yeah, and you got to regulate yourself. It's good to have somebody else, keep an eye on you so you don't, freak out and
Yeah,
any more than most people already do.
but
uh,
but yeah, it's a marathon, not a race.
yeah, yeah, and if it was a race, I would get one interview out, let alone anything, because
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I still, I'm almost 60 years old, and I still haven't completed my high school mile yet. I've got one lap to
Yeah.
go, and it's going to be a while before I get back to do that.
Well, I mean, I'm 23 and I don't even have a driver's license
Oh,
because I get overstimulated on the road.
ah,
So,
oh yeah, yeah. We don't need bumper cars out there for.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
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 definitely not.
no. It's I'm married to an Indiana Hoosier, so when she gets
Oh
behind the
yeah,
wheel, that's when Eric shuts his eyes and turns the headphone up.
yeah. Some lives are about to be
Yeah,
lost.
all yours, hon.
Yeah.
I could tell this. We went through Atlanta, Georgia, and if anybody's ever driven in Atlanta, Georgia, you know that no one drives less than 90 miles an hour in Atlanta, Georgia, and
Oh damn.
and we were being passed at 90 miles an hour, and Misty was driving, my wife. I closed my eyes, literally. I saw the Chick-fil-A
Oh,
building. That's all I know of Atlanta.
damn.
I was,
I mean, I'm more of a Popeyes kind of guy, but
yeah,
damn.
yeah. I just saw the building, the big Chick-fil-A. I was like, okay, I'm in Atlanta, and I closed my eyes the rest of the way until the car stopped. That's
Yeah.
that's when you married a redheaded Hoosier, that's what happens.
Yep.
But I want to talk a little bit about the PNG thing, if you don't mind. Um,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
you mentioned that before about somebody drawing lines between PNG tubers and 2D 3 tubers. That is that's just stupid.
That's I was gonna say it's well. I think the reason why PNG tubers have such a bad rap, and I feel like Jelly Bean was partially the reason for that.
Uh,
And and here's the thing: I have nothing against Jelly Bean. I like her content is not for me. I understand that,
uh-huh.
but what I don't like is when someone completely bashes on her just because. And keep in mind, she's a kid. She's
Hmm.
a kid. She's like kids don't know better.
Hmm.
We all do stupid things on the internet. Like it's all part of growing up.
Right.
Um, and I get it. Her voice is rather annoying. It's whatever. I don't
Right.
like beefing with people. I don't like I do like watch beefs and stuff, but I'm not a follower.
That's
I
right.
don't I don't start fights. I I throw the fight just so there's peace again.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I feel like that and like the whole gotcha world fiasco.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also part of why PNG tubers have a bad reputation.
Uh,
And let me just preface this by saying I have a expensive PC rig. I have a very expensive PC rig. I have the setup to make a live 2D project if I wanted to,
yeah.
but I'm very much aware of my limits. I'm very much aware of what my body can do.
Hmm.
So I would rather do PNG tubing because it's within my limits, and also because it's funny to see a Ray plush yell "fuck."
Yeah. I mean, they're not supposed to move around a whole lot to start with. So.
Yeah, exactly,
uh,
exactly. So I would love to collaborate with VTubers. I would love to collaborate with PNG tubers.
mhm.
But I feel like it should be all encompassed into one umbrella. No matter what you are, no matter what method you use, no matter what art style you use, you are a VTuber. That
Mhm.
is like by definition.
Yeah. I don't recognize the any sort of separation at all. And I will say this. I don't get on soapboxes for stuff like this much, but I'll say this: there are a very, very, very minute group of people who give a continental damn about that.
Yeah,
I mean, let's face it. I mean, this is it. Just don't worry about it.
yeah.
I mean,
Like, why the fuck are you complaining about pixels on a goddamn screen?
yeah. I mean,
I get like we all have fucking miserable lives. Like seriously, like why ruin other people's lives by saying a couple pixels on the screen aren't appealing?
yeah. I mean, it's if you don't like it, find something else. There's
Like,
thousands
hey,
of
the
people
internet.
on there.
Also, the internet's an endless pool of content.
Yeah, a cesspool of content, and sometimes, but yes,
Yeah,
a pool.
yeah. That's why I don't have a Twitter.
Yeah, I'm there for business reasons at the moment, but
Yeah,
I'm leaning on the blue sky for a while. But even that now is starting to get a little creep in. Have to keep an eye on
yeah,
things. But really, folks, that's if you're using that as you know some sort of separation thing. No one cares.
yeah. Really,
Uh, I certainly am not going to care about something like that. And if you care about it, well, then that's that.
like that's a you problem,
Yeah,
buddy.
that's a skill issue
Yeah,
on
very
your
much a
part.
skill issue.
A skill issue on how being a human works rather than
Yeah, exactly,
how to play games.
exactly.
Anyway, off the soapbox for a while, and I hate heights anyway. The sounds like to me you're just enjoying yourself no end. Just talking with you, this sounds like it's become natural for you. What was it natural for you when you started?
No, it's never like that for a lot of people because
Yeah.
yeah, even if you even if you're the biggest theater kid in school,
Uh-huh.
like putting your face to a webcam or to a piece of software, it's tough enough
Mm-hmm.
because like especially for VTubers who really like playing with their personas and being under that persona,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to maintain that character. And unfortunately, I can never do that. That's why, like, I'm basically Bart Simpson in the Avatar. I'm very much like I'm a little shithead when it comes to being a PNG tuber, and I kind of want that to be kind of what I go off of. But in real life, I'm like the sweetest guy. I'm the sweetest guy ever. Um, like I will take a bullet for you. Like
Yeah.
that's how I am perceived.
Yes.
Um, but when it comes to the whole VTuber space, I am a little shit. I will destroy you in Uno
Yeah.
and Counter Strike,
Yes.
and I will make sure you never play the game again.
Just burn the crops, salt the earth.
Yep.
Burn.
No. I'm gonna keep the crops and smoke them.
That's true. Well, you're burning the crops a different way.
Oh,
Still,
true.
salt the earth and then burn the earth that the salt's on.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
but Uno, playing Uno, those folks putting Uno online, I hope they're rolling in cash.
Yeah, like God, you made like millions of dollars off seeing people get the saltiest.
Yes, I mean it's just a brilliant idea on their part, and they've done it so well, and it just
Yeah,
rips people to shreds, and I salute them.
yeah, and like that's League of Legends level of salt.
Oh yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
and I never played League of Legends. I never will play
yeah,
League of Legends, and I do watch Worlds every year though. I
yeah,
do watch Worlds.
yeah.
I love Worlds,
Mm.
but every time I watch Worlds, I think about the game they're playing, and I'm just like, yeah, stay away from that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's like, I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
can watch them. I watch sports all the time. I can't play any of that stuff. Never could.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you play League of Legends for like what a total of 2 seconds, you'll get like absolutely fucking washed.
it's just destroyed, and then okay, well, I'm done playing that game for a while.
Exactly.
Well, with Uno, it's a game that virtually everybody has played once with a card game, where
Yeah,
you're at, and to put it online where you can play against everybody in the world, if you want to, you can.
yeah,
People talk about World War III.
yeah. No, just try an Uno lobby.
That's right. That's where it's going to start, is in an Uno lobby.
Exactly.
Someone presses the button because you reversed it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch. But the with these games and the fact that you've been able to interact with folks, um, how how has your life improved because of it?
Um, in some ways, yes, and in some ways, no.
Hmm.
Um, given like I'm very much a more social, outgoing person, but I feel like a part of me, uh, like I keep my life outside of VTubing and my life inside of VTubing as separate as possible
Right.
because I believe that if the worlds collide in any sort of way, who boy would I be unable to land a job in the next 5 years. Um,
Either that or you'll be
but
named CEO. One of the two.
I mean, probably,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that's like, yeah, no, like I want to keep those two things like separate, like especially with like the whole music thing. I want like I don't want people to know like this guy who makes depressing ass music. He plays Sonic 06, gets high, and like laughs about it. Like I want those two things to be separate.
Yes. Yes. You
Um,
lose goth credibility that way.
exactly. Like I lose my edge points.
That's
I
right.
like my edge is already a rusted bone saw. I don't want that to be any duller.
You don't stare at your shoes enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids these days don't even know what real goth is like.
Yeah.
Uh, says the guy from the '80s. Um,
Yeah.
the but really, it is giving you a chance to really um, open up and flex a little bit and enjoy yourself with a community that obviously is enjoying themselves too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm, and with that, if this was taken away from you, how tough would it be for you now that you didn't have that outlet?
It would definitely be like it would be dead near impossible because I'm very much a like if I don't let myself out of my shell at some point, I feel like I'm gonna be stuck there forever.
Mm,
And if I eventually it could just get to a point where like I get so depressed I don't even want to get out of bed
mm,
and like I don't even want to eat or anything like that. It's crazy. And it's a reality I do often think about.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely feel like if my self-expression were to be taken away in some capacity, I would definitely be left a broken man.
Mm. Well, I can see where in just talking with you, I can see how much this means to you.
Yeah.
Because you get to you get to be yourself more with the avatar than you could be with yourself online.
Yeah, I do watch back at my old Flesh streaming clips,
Yeah,
my own web like face cam stuff,
yeah.
and there is a definite noticeable difference in vibrance
Hmm.
when compared to the PNGs, like compared to the streaming stuff.
Right.
Because like when I'm with the avatar, it feels a lot more. Like I feel a lot more expressive. I feel like I can say a lot more. I feel like I can like really let my true self out.
Hmm.
Whereas with the face cam, I was just like, I don't know what I was doing. I was so locked in on like CS at the time, and I was just like I was just a deadpan. I was very much like I was still bread, white bread even. And yeah, no, I was really boring. And then when you compare it side to side with my streams, and depends also because I stream stoned and then I stream sober. Those are
Yeah,
two completely different streams, and I have two separate versions of my avatar
yeah.
to indicate whether I'm not one or the other. And
That's perfect.
because the one, yeah, because the still I set you, that's
Yeah,
the one I use when I'm high. And like the one I'm used while sober, it's just a normal ray plush. It's
yeah.
just normal ray plush with an open mouth animation. That's it.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And that type of little bit of detail,
Yeah,
and that's and again that goes back to the whole PNG tuber thing. That little bit of detail makes a lot of difference, I think,
exactly.
and it shows the type of what you're putting into this because it's obviously quite a bit. And
Yeah.
the time that you're spending on it, you're making quality stuff, and people are enjoying it. So, what is next for you as far as the channel goes? What's the next
Um.
mountain to climb?
So really, I gotta hit affiliate. I gotta hit affiliate. That's like one of the big things.
Hmm.
I gotta hit affiliate. I have two big video projects.
Hmm.
I have obviously the big Sonic 06 video project,
Right.
which is basically all my streams compiled. I'm gonna have three separate videos for each campaign.
Ooh.
And then when I'm done with all the campaigns, I'll just have it combined into one video.
Mm.
Um, that and there is what's up?
There is what?
Oh, and the other thing is is a fan game actually. I did one stream of.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers.
Ah.
Um, yeah, basically it's a mod of Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart,
Yeah.
which is a mod of Sonic Roboblast 2, which is a Doom mod. Um, and basically, with that game, I have to, cut down the stream and basically, I've been releasing shorter snippets of like highlights of that stream,
Yeah.
but I plan to make a full combined video out of it.
Wow.
But there's that too. I'm trying to get my hand into voice acting.
Should.
I'm very much I've actually done various impressions for the years, and
Yeah.
I've even auditioned for the voice of Shadow the Hedgehog in fan projects, and
Cool.
I I really like, this is a big dream of mine. I definitely want to be the voice of Shadow.
Yeah.
At some point. That and the other day actually, there was an old clip of it was from a DC abridged parody or whatever.
Yeah.
It was Reverse Flash talking down to Flash about how he about how he went back in time and messed up a date with his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And he says something along the lines of, "It was me, Barry." And yeah, obviously I won't say the whole thing because it is kind of gross, but yeah, I love that clip. I've done it so many times. I've got a full impression down pat. I definitely want to land. I definitely want to land some voice roles, especially in like fan projects, video games, and all those things. So that's definitely something I definitely want to aspire to.
Well, you should. You got that voice projects extremely well and very distinct, and use that instrument while you can.
Yeah, so yeah, especially since especially as we age, our voices get all fucked up, and we have to find new ways.
Yeah,
because I saw an interview with Ryan Drummond, who was the voice of Sonic in Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
He flat out cannot do the Sonic voice today. He can't do it.
Yeah.
He's been like, it's because number one, it's been so long, and two, he's grown a lot.
Right.
I believe also Eric Stewart, he had to learn James from Pokemon because he was voicing him again in something.
Yeah.
Because he's been voicing Seto Kaiba for so long that every other voice that he has in his palette, he completely forgot.
Oh. Yeah, I couldn't ever get. I could do a voice once, but if you asked me to do it again, I could never find it. It's a tough memory game. Yeah. It's a very tough memory game. Yeah, especially if folks don't know, it's like trying to find a setting that it won't just stay by itself, and you're trying to do that with your voice box.
Yeah, like it's finding the right temperature in the shower.
Yeah,
and like it's never consistent every time.
That's right.
Like you can't it's because like no matter how you position the dial, like it's always going to be inconsistent.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah. The old television antennas where you're trying to get in that VHF channel from 50 miles away, and you have to hold the antenna just right and stick your leg up in the air with a
exactly. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, no, I definitely want to land a role in voice acting, and honestly, I really ought to make a demo reel at this point.
Yeah.
But I've been asked by friends to do the old "I just love Latina" Sonic meme, which I will. I'll gladly do live here, just for the fan service. I just love Latina Sonic.
Cut that and use it, folks.
Yeah. So I mean, feel free. That's a free sound bite as far as I'm concerned. But no, I've done various memes with Shadow already, so I think I'll just keep doing the memes until I land on something professional.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just a matter of time, and
definitely.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're a talented fellow with a good work drive, a good work ethic, and a good idea of what you're doing here. And I think it's going to be continued success for you, and I wish you nothing but the success.
I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you coming on. It's a great talking to you and meeting you here. Folks, we're going to have all the links we've been able to find for RushGuile in the description for this interview. And I hope to have you back here real soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.